Cole Irvin proves me wrong again. The O's top the M's in 10, and Felix Bautista lets the Mariners know there's a new king in town. Let's talk about it in this one. Have a mound visit. Let's go O's! What's going on, Birdland? Baltimore Bobs here, and welcome to the Baltimore Bobs YouTube channel where we discuss all things Baltimore Orioles. I'm your host, Bobs, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about how the Orioles beat the M's in 10 in Game 2 of the 3-game set. Late game, it's 3:30 in the morning right now while I'm making this video, and I can't say enough about Cole stinking Irvin. He gives the Orioles 5 innings, only gives up 2 hits, no earned runs, has 6 strikeouts and 1 walk on 67 pitches. And, you know, it's almost like Cole Irvin every time he gets a spot start or he gets thrown back into the rotation, he gets his stinking headphones on and he's listening to Baltimore Bob say, oh, I don't know if he can do it. Oh, I don't know if he's got the stuff. Oh, I don't know if I like him in the spot. My confidence isn't very high. And he's just sitting there bobbing in front of his stinking cubicle, and he's like, all right, let's go. And goes out there, takes the hill, and he ends up having a stinking good outing on the mound. Can't say enough about that stinking spot. I actually said, I think down in the comment section of my my last video, hey, I just hope that he can give us 5 innings and keep us in the baseball game. And that's exactly what he stinking did. Gave us 5 really good innings, and it's 0-0 after he leaves in that spot start. I'm not sure if he's going to be, this is like a rotation spot thing or not, but I think it's just a spot start. But, hey, you can't say enough about Cole Irvin coming in and holding it down like that. Now, the issue is that, unfortunately, Kirby for the Mariners was absolutely stinking lights out. He ends up going 9 innings, only gives up 3 hits, has 7 Ks, no walks on 103 pitches, and I mean, he terrorized the stinking Baltimore Orioles for 9 straight innings, and it's 0-0 after regular 9-frame baseball. So in the bottom half of the ninth, it's still 0-0, and the Baltimore Orioles are going to bring in the king, Felix Bautista, and you know, he's going to come in and shut it down so we can take this thing into extras. And he gets Murphy to fly out the right, more strikes out swinging. Marlowe does single to right, but then Marlowe's caught trying to take second, and Felix and the Orioles get out of the inning to send the O's to extra innings. And that was actually a big spot because initially I think Marlowe was in there, but he came off the bag and the tag was still held. It was applied after he came off the bag, so he ended up being out, and that brought the Birds and the M's to extra innings. Now, this is the big spot that, you know, I think this was huge, is that, you know, the Birds had the ghost runner starting in the 10th at second, and that was Cedric Mullins. So it's good to have that stinky speed. And what does Ced do off the jump? He takes third. So nobody down. He stinking takes third base, and that ended up being huge because Santander grounds out the shortstop. Mullins might not have been able to move up had he not taken third base. And then following right behind that, stinking Mountie himself singles up the center, and Mullins is able to score to put the Birds up 1-0. And then the Birds don't do anything after that. So the Birds are up 1-0. The Birds choose to keep King Felix in the game. And once again, man, you know, they ended up working the heck out of him. I think this is his 3rd straight game where he's thrown over 20 pitches. He's like around 25. So he's definitely getting worked right now, and he stays in for a 2-inning win when he strikes out Rojas, Rodriguez, and Suarez. And let me say, that stinking 10th inning, he had that splitter working like a charm because they could not stinking touch it, and it preserved the Orioles 1-0 win, baby. So hey, it was great. You know, you got a spot start from Cole Irvin. The bullpen comes in and holds it down. Bauman, CNL Perez, Webb comes in. Yennier Cano win an inning. So those guys, they came in, they pitched well. In a pitcher's duel, you know, in a game where Kirby is pitching great, in a game where the Seattle Mariners are celebrating Felix Hernandez and his storied career with the M's, It was a pitcher's duel, and the Birds held their own, and they were able to take Game 2, moving them to 72 and 45. And because the Rays had their second straight ninth inning win against the Guardians, the Birds maintain that 2-game lead in the AL East, which is stinking huge. I mean, we're out on the West Coast. The game did not go well yesterday. The Birds came back today, and I don't care how you do it. They found a way to win. You know, the bats are not stinking hot right now, but they had a great group effort on the mound, and some timely hitting by Ryan Mountcastle puts the Orioles on top and sets up a rubber match today at 4-10. So that'll be interesting to see. I mean, hey, that's 77 straight series, baby. The Birds have not been swept. And, you know, you just can't say enough about these young kids and how they battle every single day. So Kyle Bradish will take the hill for the O's, and Bryce Miller will take the hill for the M's. Bryce is 7-4 with a 4.20 ERA and a 1.04 WHIP. And we'll see what the Birds can do. 4-10. So 4-10, how big would it be if the Baltimore Orioles could start this West Coast trip taking 2 out of 3 against the Seattle Mariners? Man, that'd be huge because the M's are surging right now. So, you know, we learned a little bit of lessons in the Stro series back in Baltimore. If they can come out here in Seattle and take 2 out of 3, that'd be huge. It's good to get one. I mean, it is good to get one, especially how that first game played out. But if we can get 2, man, that'd be stinking absolutely huge, especially with the Rays hot on our butts right now. So, like I said, 4-10, first pitch, Kyle Bradish, Bryce Miller, O's versus M's in the rubber match. Be there, be square. I'll have that video up for you guys tonight since it's an earlier stinking first pitch. And about them stinking Birds, baby. 72-45, first place in the AL East. Let's make it happen. We'll catch you on the next one, Birdland.